The watches everyone talks about are almost never the ones worth buying. The real gold mines are the ones nobody mentions. Think Japanese domestic market pieces, discontinued references, and models sitting in plain sight, while the watch world argues about Rolex waitlists. Today, 5 expensive-looking watches that everyone ignores. Stick around to number 1. It puts a material found in $40,000 Rolex dials on your wrist for $3,000. Number 5. The Citizen Tsuyosa NJ150. The affordable integrated nobody notices. Walk into any watch forum right now. The debate is always the same. Tissot PRX versus everything else. Nobody mentions the Citizen Tsuyosa, and that is exactly the problem. 40mm integrated bracelet automatic. Stainless steel case. Stainless integrated bracelet with brushed links and polished accents. Sapphire crystal. Miyota 82110 movement. 50 meters of water resistance. Retails around $400 to $450. Put it on a wrist and it reads like a watch that costs twice as much. The case-to-bracelet flow is seamless. The dial colors, turquoise, yellow, deep blue, and green, are vibrant and glossy in a way that reads premium. The 4 o'clock crown keeps the design clean and modern. This is the watch people see on your wrist and ask about. Not because they recognize it, because they do not. The mainstream ignores it because the Miyota 8210 does not hack. For spec sheet reviewers, that is enough reason to dismiss it. But in daily use, nobody notices. The watch works. It looks incredible, and it costs $400. The PRX costs around $650. The Tsuyosa delivers the same integrated bracelet visual impact for less money and more dial variety. The market is not fully caught on. Buy it before they do. Now, what if I told you that for under 2,000 euros, you can wear something that looks like the watch US presidents wore, and almost nobody in the watch world will recognize it? Number 4. The Bulova Super Seville Day Date, the presidential lookalike. The Day Date visual formula has been the symbol of power and money since the 1950s. Yellow gold case, president bracelet, day window at 12, date at 3, and a fluted bezel. The Bulova Super Seville does exactly that. It has a 36mm case, president-style bracelet, day display, date window, and fluted bezel. Inside is a Swiss automatic movement, and most examples have a sapphire crystal. On Chrono24, they trade from 380 euros to around 1,700 euros, depending on metal and condition. The real day date starts at $40,000. You are wearing the same silhouette for under 2,000 euros. In the 70s and 80s, Bulova competed directly with top Swiss brands in the American market. The Super Seville was their presidential piece. Then Bulova was repositioned as a mid-market brand, production quietly stopped, and the watch world moved on. What remains is a piece with the silhouette, bracelet, bezel, and presence of one of the most iconic watch designs ever made. People who do not follow watches look at it and see old money, boardroom, and presidential. The catch is that it is vintage and out of production. Buy carefully. Check for original bracelets and no redials. An overpolished example loses its sharpness immediately. Find a clean original, and you own something most people will mistake for a watch costing 20 times more. Every Rolex price increase makes this comparison more extreme, not less. Speaking of information asymmetry, there is a titanium dress watch from Seiko that most people do not know exists. It looks like Grand Seiko, it shares the same DNA, and it costs 1/5 of the price. Number 3. The Seiko Presage CRX055, the baby Grand Seiko Snowflake. The Grand Seiko SBGA 211. Snowflake retails around $6,900. Full titanium. Frosted white dial. Sharply beveled lugs. Spring drive movement. It consistently holds $5,500 to $7,000 on the secondary market. The Seiko Presage CRX055 has a different name on the dial. That is largely the only meaningful difference in what you see on your wrist. Full titanium case and bracelet. Frosted snowflake-style dial. Sharply faceted lugs with alternating brushed and mirror-polished surfaces. 40.8 millimeters across, 11 millimeters thick, and 100 meters of water resistance. Seiko 6 R15 automatic with a 50-hour power reserve. It trades around $950 to $1,700 on the used market. Watch reviewers have called the finishing Grand Seiko adjacent. That is not marketing. That is enthusiasts wearing both watches on the same wrist. It is a Japanese domestic market model. Seiko never pushed it through global channels. Most people find Grand Seiko and stop searching. They never reach the SAR X055. And it is now discontinued. Supply is fixed and slowly shrinking. The same pattern played out with the SAR B033 and SAR B035. Both traded under $300 for years, then quietly doubled and tripled as their reputation grew. The SAR X055 is earlier in that cycle, but finishing is still a visual argument. What about accuracy that makes most Swiss brands sound technically embarrassing? Number 2. The Citizen AQ4091 on 56M, the Chronomaster, the accuracy nobody talks about. COSC, certified mechanical chronometers, are accurate to -4 to +6 seconds per day. The watch community treats that as something to celebrate. A COSC certified watch can be off by over 36 minutes in a single year. The Citizen AQ4091 56M is accurate to ±5 seconds per year. Not per day, per year. Caliber A060. Eco-Drive solar-powered, so no battery changes ever. Perpetual calendar through the year 2100. Super titanium case and bracelet, 100 meters of water resistance. Then there is the dial. Handcrafted Tosa washi paper, individually dyed with indigo, layered to create depth and translucency. Light moves through it, and it shifts color with the angle. It looks like enamel work from a $10,000 artisanal piece. The case finishing shows Zaratsu-style mirror-polished bevels and bracelet facets, a level associated with Grand Seiko. Price: around $2,100 to $2,800 from Japanese dealers. That seems high until you compare it to Grand Seiko 9F Quartz, which starts at around $3,000, has no handcrafted washi dial, no solar technology, and no perpetual calendar. The Citizen wins on every technical specification and costs less. The catch: it is for the Japanese domestic market. The price point creates confusion. People expect to pay $2,000 and get something they recognize. That confusion is the opportunity. Collectors who understand it quietly buy every example they can find. Which brings us to the absolute gold mine. The watch with a dial material that Rolex charges $40,000 to access. Number 1. The Orient Star M34 F8 date meteorite REBS10A. The space rock nobody is talking about. Every meteorite dial has a unique Widmanstätten pattern, those angular intersecting lines formed over billions of years as iron cooled in space. No two dials are identical, ever. Rolex day-date meteorite references start at $40,250. Zenith meteorite chronomasters sit around $17,500. The Orient Star REBX010A has a genuine iron meteorite dial and was released as the 75th anniversary Orient Star piece. It uses an in-house F8N64 automatic movement with a 60-hour power reserve and a stainless steel M34 case. It is limited to 255 pieces worldwide. Price: $3,250. That is 8% of a meteorite day-date, the same actual material from space. Three things align here that almost never do simultaneously. First, the material is exclusive by definition. Meteorite cannot be synthesized. Every Widmanstätten pattern is unique, making each of those 255 watches a one-of-a-kind object. Second, Orient Star is almost entirely invisible to mainstream buyers. It sits under the Seiko Group umbrella but receives none of the marketing. Most people who would want this watch do not know it exists yet. Third, supply is permanently capped at 255 pieces. That number will never increase. Rare material, invisible brand, fixed supply. That combination is exactly how collector pieces quietly multiply in value over 5 to 10 years. Once meteorite dial buying guides start naming this as the accessible alternative to Rolex and Zenith, and they will, 255 pieces disappear fast. The window is open now. Every watch on this list is underpriced right now. Not forever. Information spreads and demand follows. The window closes the moment the market catches up. It always does. You just have to move before everyone else figures it out. Like and subscribe for more. Subscribe.